As mentioned earlier, this small tribal village in Jawahar, Kheda is full of wonders. I had shared one such incident with you in my previous episode too. It's about the kankan, the grain storing container. Honestly, this is something so new to me. It's amazing to see that these humble villagers practice stocking rice and grains for so many long years, just as a precaution to overcome any undue situation or natural calamity. Even a humble farmer like that of Kusums have their rice stocked for about more than 10 years. It's so different from what people like me have seen and heard. I asked Kusum, why can't you sell it and cash it instead of storing paddy for such long periods? I was touched by her and her family's response. She said that, Madam, our needs are limited. We are content with what we get from the soil, food to fill our stomachs, a roof to lie under, and clothes to cover us over. We need provision only for fulfilling our basic needs. This is something very unique from what we have seen or what we come across in today's world, because these villagers have indeed very limited needs, and they have thrown some insight into my daily materialistic existence. When I looked out of Kusum's house, I noticed another sight. An elderly woman was sitting down and cleaning the sludge from paddy in a woven bamboo tray. When I saw it, I asked Kusum, where is the mill to grind all this wheat and paddy in your village? She said, we do all this by hand ourselves. I remember my mother telling me that in the past, rice milling and grinding was done by hand, but I had never seen it myself because rice mills were available in my village at that time. So when I told Kusum that I still wanted to know how they did it, she immediately made the arrangements with the woman of the next house. Kusum and her friends were ready for husking the rice. I was excited. They arranged for it. In fact, a few others were getting ready to sit down and sing in an attempt to add rhythm to the action. The fact that even simple jobs like pounding and grinding rice was made into a fun-filled, joyous activity by these women was something absolutely delightful to behold. And this was a routine followed by most of the villagers who enjoy community participation and group activities. Whether it's for working in paddy fields or carrying heavy vessels of water back home from faraway wells. After harvesting and drying, the paddy is subjected to the primary milling operation, which includes cleaning the paddy prior. These people do it by using a wooden bamboo tray by winnowing. It separates all impurities like dust, straw, sand, clay and heavy particles of even uneven sizes from the paddy. After the pre-cleaning, next is removing the husk or the outer layer, which is known as dehusking. It is a process of removing the husk and bran from the paddy rice. It's done by hand pounding of the paddy in a mortar with a pestle. As I had seen even in the village of Mangao, these people often serve to help others in times of need and share the burden amongst one another. It's such a collective, collaborative work effort, which is almost like a celebration. Even the folk songs that accompany have been sung by women all across this village for over many generations. Its origin dates back to the ancient times and have been passed down from one generation to another. There is no written verse to it, varying only from region to region. It also serves as an event for social interactions and gatherings. It may seem very trivial to us city dwellers, but for these simpletons who don't have many options for entertainment, even a folk song or dance or local festival is an event in itself. Pounding the paddy induces upward and downward forces on the grain, one against the another, removing the husk and bran layers. In this process, the rice which is obtained from milling is called as raw rice or brown rice. Brown rice contains the bran layer and the endosperm. Next step is to separate the unhusked paddy from the brown rice. A rice grain is made up of an outside husk layer, a bran layer, and the inner endosperm. The husk layer accounts for about 20% of the weight of the paddy and helps protect the grain kernel from insect and fungal attacks. The pounding also results in a very high percentage of broken kernels. These women are quite an expert in doing so. It demands real practice, focus and concentration and coordination. Otherwise, there's a possibility of getting one's own finger trapped in the mortar while the other one is hitting with the pestle. In fact, hand pound rice has got more nutritive values as compared to a machine pound one. The fine cleaning is done by winnowing in a woven bamboo tray and gravity separation by hand. The process of separating the unmilled paddy grain is really an art. The next process is to convert some of this pound rice into fine flour, which is used to make flatbreads like bakri roti. The grinding stone is called as a chakki, and it is very unique for it has been hand carved out of a single stone. As usual, I tried my hand at that too, but it was far more difficult than it looked. It takes a lot of energy, honestly. Well, with that, we have come to the end of another wonderful, well-spent day at Jawahar. I'm looking forward to spend some more quality time with these folks.